Creator Jay here with another review. Bourbon Campbell's here. He says, "Woo! Welcome, Bourbon Campbell." Today I'm going to be reviewing Disney Plus's first original Star Wars series, and actually the first of their big series, I would say, and that's Star Wars: The Mandalorian, season 1, episode 1, and the title of this is Chapter 1. So it's not anything really, like telling in the title of the episode, but this is it's pretty neat. I'm gonna give you a little bit of rundown of what happened in it. Then I want to give my opinions on stuff and stuff like that. All right. And the overall rating of it. So we start off with the Mandalorian, and he's there, and he's hunting a guy named Mithril, and he finds him. He has to beat up some guys in a bar. This gives you very much of a Western setting right away. Like, this is a space Western. That's what you're getting here. You're not getting like a space opera or anything. This is a space Western. So if you like old Western movies, cowboy movies, this is what the feel that you're going to get with this. And he goes to get the passage to the yards. Their ship is attacked by a Ravenok, and um, Mithril thinks, hey, I can, get away with stuff, go looking at stuff, maybe try to find a way out of here. And he comes across all the other bounties he has in here in his ship, all frozen in carbonite, and Mithril gets frozen in carbonite. And then he goes to meet the guy who's kind of the middleman for everything. Grief Carter, who's played by Carl Weathers, who I love, very much in that sense of he feels like a Star Wars type character. He tries to pay him in Imperial credits, and he's like, no, the Imperial doesn't exist anymore. So he winds up paying him in calamari flan, which it was like sounds really horrible if it wasn't currency, because calamari is a food and flan is a food. Can you imagine calamari flan? That would taste horrible. Tevye here says hello Tevye. Um, and then we get so he gets half to pay it for that, and he seems like he's really down his luck. Like, this Mandalorian needs money, because he's looking for as much work as he can get. And he goes and he meets this guy who's like got the biggest bounty ever, that he has on him. There's stormtroopers there, and he doesn't know anything about this bounty. He doesn't know the name. He doesn't have a anything that gives him any idea of who he is. I know he can't get a puck on him, which is a little hollow disc that tells who he is and all that stuff. All he has is a tracking fob, which is like just a little scanner type thing that goes beep 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 when you're near him, near the person. There's also no chain code. All he gets is the last 4 digits, which tell us the age. And this being is 50 years old. And they tell him the last known location of it. Then we see him going to visit the armorer, where he gets a new shoulder pad from the armorer. And we find out that he was once a foundling, and we see a little bit of his origin and flashbacks while she's making the armor, and that was really cool. He's to this planet, and he's attacked by a creature from there called a blurg, and he's rescued by Nick Nolte's character, who is I think it's Kuil, Kuiil. I don't know how to pronounce that. He's an Ugnaught, and he tells him, I'll do it for you. I'll help you. And he's like, I have spoken. And he like goes on, and then he tells him while they're sitting at his place, he says, many have tried this before. I've led many of them there, and they've all failed. They've all gotten killed. And he says that he wants half the bounty on it, and half of it is because he's taking them there, and he's also going to make him ride a blurg. which is a funny little scene with him trying to ride it, and then he bonds with the blurg and gets able to get on it and ride it. Again, very much a Western type scenario, just with in space. Instead of a horse, is a blurg, so it's a creature instead of that horse that we're familiar with. And they go there, they find where this bounty is, and he sees that there's a bounty droid there. Also, I'm sorry, Cool doesn't want the payment. He says, just get these people off my planet. They're ever since they came here, there's been violence, and this is a place for peace. So there's a bounty droid there. It's IG-11. That's the character that's played by Taka Wati. So and it's a little bit of a comedy moment here because they decide to team up, and split the bounty. And we're led to believe right away that the droid is also working for the same bounty as him, like the same person sent them. But we find out that it's not, because that we'll find out that later on. But it's kind of a little bit funny because the droid keeps saying, "I must initiate self-destruct motion," because like they're getting bombarded by all these Nikos. They're getting bombarded by these people just shooting at them and everything. And he's like, "No, don't self-destruct." So it's a little bit of a comedy there. Not much, it's a slight comedy. And they finally get through, and they see that the person that they're looking for is someone from Yoda's race. Okay, is a 50-year-old being from Yoda's race, but they look like they're an infant. So these are long-lived species. So yeah, it's just like a 50-year-old baby Yoda. Just picture that, like about this big, a 50-year-old baby Yoda. It just looks like Yoda, but smaller, which is weird because Yoda was really small too. But IG-11 is going to kill it, and the Mandalorian is like, no, let's bring it back alive. And he's like, no, my orders are to terminate it, the bounty. And the Mandalorian, as IG-11 was getting ready to shoot, the Mandalorian just shoots IG-11 right in the head. IG-11's down, and then you just see the Mandalorian reaching his hand into the thing, and the Yoda's baby is going like this, up to him. So that's how it ends. And this is a short episode. Not much happens in it. Again, that's all that happened in it. They're only like about 35 minutes long, 36 minutes long, something like that. So they're not long episodes. I was expecting like a good hour-long episode, or at least a 45-minute episode. So this is a lot of money for this short amount of episode. That's like, because this has a high budget, and it's weird that it's only 35 minutes. So I'm not sure what to expect from it though. Like, is the production's I would say the production's well done. It's not movie quality, honestly, it's not. But it doesn't look like it's a step down. Like, it just looks like it's a lower budget movie. It's not like Star Wars on the big screen where you got a lot more money thrown at it. But the landscapes are beautiful, which is something Star Wars is known for, is their landscapes and their terrain. Their species, their aliens and all that, all practical effects. They look great. The CGI looks great. It doesn't look choppy or anything. So again, it's not exactly like a high Star Wars budget. Like, it's not like episode 9's budget, but it's not like Agents of Shield budget either, or God forbid, it's not Inhumans budget, because that had a lot of CGI. So it's somewhere in between, a good bit near the Star Wars budget though. Because it has that high quality, but just not as high. Terry says, that was cute. This was short. I was expecting an hour too, and the production, it looks amazing. It does. It looks really well. Like, again, I'm not trying to say that it's not high production. I'm just saying anybody who goes in there thinking you're going to get episode 9 or episode 8 level quality, you're not getting that, but you're getting very close to it. Okay, so you're going to get a really good quality movie. TV show. Um, but it had very little content. Honestly, it didn't have. I wanted more from it. Like I wanted to know more about the Mandalorian. Mandalorian. I want to know more about him. He's the main character, and I don't really know that much about him. Um, I did like the little flashbacks that we got of his past. That was, I think, the best part for me because that's when we get to see a little bit of his life, and we get to maybe feel a little bit bad for him too. Um, but yeah, I didn't think we got to connect to it. There was the whole thing about he can't take off his helmet because Mandalorians never take off their helmets. So there was that whole thing that went on. And yeah, I like this episode. I would give it a solid 4.25 stars, honestly. It wasn't the best thing, but it wasn't, horrible either. It was a nice start to it. I wanted a little bit more though. And again, I'm really surprised by how short this was. This is only a like 35-minute episode, which again, I was expecting at least 45 minutes to an hour. That's what I was expecting. I was expecting somewhere in that 45 minutes to an hour range, and it just sucks that we didn't get that. Um, but yeah, that it was a solid thing. If anybody has any questions, I'll answer them. I can give spoilers because this is a review is already out. Disney Plus. I will also say this about Disney Plus. They're not. They didn't have the best opening day. Because I got on Disney Plus early this morning. So like when they first went on, I was on it. And then right around like 9, 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, I heard a lot of people tweeting, about Disney Plus fail, where Disney Plus was down, it wasn't working for everyone. People will have a hard time, even getting like their profile pictures to stick, changing their name, or entering their profile name. All that stuff was hard for them. I think I got on early enough to where I wasn't affected by the big, rush to it, because a lot of people were still sleeping when I got onto it because it was 6 o'clock a.m. on in Eastern time, and it was that's like 3 o'clock in Los Angeles. So a lot of people were sleeping then. So I thought it was really cool that I got on that early because I got to experiment. I got to watch a couple of things. I say this for my last thing to watch today. I'm gonna watch more later, but I watched a lot of Gargoyles today, which I was really happy about. That was my big thing to watch. And then I watched some like Darkwing Duck and Chippendale Rescue Rangers, DuckTales, classic Disney Plus stuff. I'm going to talk more about that on Friday though, because I got a Q&J coming up, and it's going to probably cover a lot of what's on Disney Plus. So if you want to know about that, come Friday night, 10 o'clock p.m. I'll be on here, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, I should say, and I'm going to be talking about Disney Plus and anything you guys want to talk about. So bring some questions, bring some comments. Let's do this. We'll talk about it. So to stay tuned for that Friday. I should also have a review on Friday. Probably, I'm going to try to do a review for the Toys That Made Us on Friday. Maybe especially something for the Power Rangers because that comes out Friday, and Power Rangers is one of the toys that I featured in there. So I might do that on Friday or Saturday. I'll finish out the Power Rangers Beast Morphers episode reviews. I'll get to that this weekend. And Monday night is Comic Fanatic Live every Monday night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. And this week I'm being joined by Tevye, so join us there. And let me see what else. Comic Book Club this month is DC's Crisis on Infinite Earths trade paperback. So go read that. You can get on Disney, DC Universe. You can get it on. You can also find it on like Comixology, and there's a new trade coming out and all that. We're going to be reading that on not this Friday, but next Friday. So the 22nd is when we're going to read that. So this way you don't have to, it won't be near Thanksgiving. We're not doing it the last week, which is the Black Friday. We're not doing that. I made it to where it's the week before Thanksgiving. The week before Black Friday, I should say. And then there's also going to be a big announcement on that. So please join us for that. There's going to be a big announcement for something that on that episode. I'm going to make a big announcement for something. So come and do that. It will be fun for everyone. And maybe, rewarding in some way. So come check that out. That'll be that Friday night at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, the 22nd. And check out the Discord. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on in the Discord. And that link is in my YouTube. That's on my on the site, Comic Fanatic. All those links are all over, so you can go check them out. Terry gives a smiley face. Yeah. So come check it all out. Come check it out and let me know what you guys think about everything and hit the Discord. We're very active in there. We have a lot of fun. We're always laughing and having fun in there. There's games, there's all kinds of stuff going on there. And nice place to hang out with chill people. Okay. That's it for this. I'll be back again next week, probably with another review of The Mandalorian episode 2. And I'll try to keep these up every week. If not, I might do them every 2 weeks or something. I'm not sure. But we'll see how that all works out. Anyway, until then,